What if I told you the banana you eat before bed could actually be the reason you keep waking up at 2 or 3 a.m.? Surprising, right? Now, here's the truth. Bananas are packed with magnesium, potassium, vitamin B6, and fiber. All of these support muscle relaxation, steady blood sugar, and even help your brain produce serotonin and melatonin, the very signals your body needs to fall asleep. Sounds perfect, doesn't it? But here's the catch. It's not just about eating a banana. It's about how you combine it. If you pair it with white bread or sugary cereal, your blood sugar spikes, then crashes in the middle of the night. Mix it with citrus fruits, and your stomach may rebel with acid reflux. Blend it with cow's milk. For many older adults, that means bloating, heaviness, and restless sleep. The good news is there are better ways. Try a banana with slow-cooked oats or mash half a banana into warm almond milk. Even a few walnuts with half a banana can keep your heart calm and your sleep deep. Think of it less as a snack and more as a gentle bedtime ritual. One that tells your body, it's safe, it's time to rest. Let me ask you, where are you watching from and what time is it for you right now? And tell me in the comments, have you ever noticed food making or breaking your sleep? Strange as it sounds, the way you eat a banana can turn this sleep-friendly fruit into a real sleep wrecker that keeps you tossing and turning all night. Bananas are often praised as a natural sleep aid. They contain magnesium and potassium to relax muscles, vitamin B6 to help your body convert tryptophan into serotonin, and eventually melatonin, the hormone that tells your brain it's time to sleep. On their own, bananas can be a wonderful tool for rest. But when combined with the wrong foods, this sleep-friendly fruit can actually keep you awake, leaving you restless in the middle of the night. Let's explore 3 common mistakes and hear real-life stories that show how these pairings can quietly sabotage your sleep. 1. Banana plus white bread or sugary cereal. At first glance, this might look like a healthy snack, a banana sandwich or slices of banana tossed over breakfast cereal. But the reality is very different at night. White bread and sugary cereals are high on the glycemic index. When eaten with a banana, they create a rapid rise in blood sugar. Your body responds by releasing insulin, and soon after, your blood sugar crashes, often around 2 to 3 a.m. The result? You wake suddenly, with a racing heart, dry mouth, or even light sweating. The American Academy of Sleep Medicine has reported that more than 40% of older adults experience these midnight awakenings with mild heart palpitations. One of the most overlooked causes is insulin spikes from high glycemic evening snacks. A real story. Linda, 67, had a nightly ritual she thought was harmless, a banana sandwich on white bread before bed. She believed it was better than cookies or cake. But she noticed a pattern. Night after night, she would wake up at 2 a.m., her heart beating faster than usual, her throat dry and her mind restless. At first, she blamed stress. But when her granddaughter suggested she cut out the white bread and replace it with oatmeal, things changed. Within days, Linda found herself sleeping through the night without those unsettling awakenings. It wasn't the banana that was the problem. It was the sugary pairing. 2. Banana plus citrus or acidic fruits, oranges, strawberries, etc. Many people enjoy a colorful fruit salad in the evening, thinking it's a light and refreshing choice. Bananas and citrus fruits, however, don't always play well together. Citrus fruits increase stomach acid, while bananas ferment quickly in the gut. Together, they create extra pressure on the stomach lining, leading to mild spasms, indigestion, or that dull burning sensation we know as heartburn. This makes sleep shallower, with frequent tossing and turning. Research from the American Institute of Nutrition found that combining acidic fruits with fermentable foods like bananas increased the risk of nighttime reflux by 32% in adults over 60. A real story, John, 72, had a habit of preparing himself a small bowl of fruit salad before bed. It was his way of eating light in the evening. His mix usually included bananas, oranges, and strawberries. But he noticed something strange. He would fall asleep easily, only to wake an hour later with a burning sensation in his chest and throat. His doctor explained that the acid from citrus and the fermentation from bananas were likely the cause. When John replaced the citrus with a handful of walnuts, he was amazed at the difference. The chest discomfort disappeared, and he started sleeping more deeply. 3. Banana plus cow's milk. This combination might sound familiar. It's the classic banana milkshake. For decades, many people have seen it as a soothing bedtime treat. But for older adults, this pairing can be a hidden culprit behind digestive discomfort and poor sleep. Cow's milk contains casein and lactose, both of which require strong enzymes and more time to break down. Bananas, on the other hand, ferment quickly. When the two meet in the stomach, the mismatch can cause increased acidity, slower gastric emptying, and a heavy, bloated feeling. Instead of relaxing into sleep, the body becomes busy trying to digest. A study in the Journal of Geriatric Nutrition found that nearly 1 in 3 older adults with poor sleep quality also had signs of lactose intolerance or nighttime digestive discomfort. Banana milk smoothies were often listed as a common trigger. A real story. Margaret, 70, swore by her banana milkshake before bed. She called it her comfort drink and believed it was helping her relax. But she couldn't figure out why she often woke at 3 a.m., feeling bloated, her stomach heavy, and her sleep fragmented. After talking with her nutritionist, she replaced cow's milk with warm almond milk and used only half a banana. The change was dramatic. Her stomach felt lighter, she fell asleep faster, and she woke up without that heavy, sluggish feeling. Bananas themselves are not the problem. In fact, they can be a wonderful ally for sleep. The trouble comes from what we combine them with. White bread and sugary cereals cause blood sugar spikes and crashes. Citrus fruits create acid overload and indigestion. Cow's milk, especially for older adults, often leads to bloating and poor sleep. The lesson is simple. If you want bananas to work as a natural sleep aid, pay close attention to what you pair them with. The wrong combination can turn a sleep-friendly fruit into a midnight disturbance. The right approach, however, can make it part of a soothing ritual that brings you back to deeper, more natural rest. Now, if the wrong pairings can turn bananas into a sleep wrecker, the right ones can transform them into a gentle, natural sleep aid. Let's explore 3 simple, soothing combinations that many older adults have tried, and they reported sleeping more deeply and waking up feeling lighter and more refreshed. In part 1, we discovered how bananas can turn into a sleep wrecker when paired with the wrong foods. Then, here's the good news. The right combinations can transform this humble fruit into a gentle, natural sleep aid. Bananas themselves already carry the perfect toolkit for better sleep. Magnesium and potassium to relax muscles, vitamin B6 to help convert tryptophan into serotonin and melatonin, and soluble fiber to balance blood sugar through the night. But when combined wisely, the effect becomes even more powerful. Below are 3 simple, comforting pairings, tried, tested, and loved by many older adults, that can ease you into deeper, more restful sleep. 1. Banana plus slow-cooked oats with water or unsweetened plant milk. Imagine ending your evening with a small warm bowl, creamy with oats, lightly sweetened with banana, and scented with cinnamon. This is not just food. It's a message to your body. Slow down, breathe, let go. Slow-cooked oats digest gradually, releasing glucose into the bloodstream at a steady pace. Unlike white bread or sugary cereal, they don't cause sudden spikes or dips. When combined with banana, the natural sweetness feels comforting without the crash. This pairing keeps your blood sugar balanced through the night, reducing those 2-3 a.m. wake-ups. Eating oats warm enhances the soothing effect. Warm foods calm the nervous system, helping your body transition into its rest phase. Adding cinnamon stimulates circulation and warms the stomach, while a spoonful of ground flaxseed boosts fiber and provides omega-3 fatty acids to support brain health. A real story. Helen, 69, had a long habit of snacking on cookies before bed. She told herself, "It's just a small treat," but she often woke up groggy, needing extra coffee to get through her mornings. At her daughter's suggestion, she switched to a small bowl of slow-cooked oats with half a banana and a sprinkle of cinnamon. At first, it felt unusual. She missed her cookies. But within a week, she noticed changes. She was falling asleep more easily, sleeping through the night and waking up with less need for caffeine. She described it best. "It feels like my body finally remembered how to rest." 2. Half a mashed banana plus warm almond milk. For many older adults, cow's milk creates problems, bloating, gas, or discomfort from lactose intolerance. But almond milk provides a gentler, lactose-free alternative. It's light, easy to digest, and rich in vitamin E, which protects nerve cells from oxidative stress. When you mash half a banana into warm almond milk, you get a creamy, soothing drink that's filling but not heavy. The banana adds natural sweetness, while the warmth of the milk slows the heart rate, deepens the breath, and encourages the nervous system to shift into its rest and repair mode. More than nutrition, this is about ritual. Taking time to sit quietly, sip slowly, and allow the warmth to travel through your body creates a sense of peace. The body learns. This is the moment when the day is over and sleep begins. A real story. David, 74, spent years battling restless nights. He would go to bed tired but lie awake with his mind racing, replaying the day's events, worrying about tomorrow. Nothing seemed to help. Then a friend suggested he try something simple. Half a banana blended into warm almond milk, sipped about 30 minutes before bed. At first, David laughed it off. It sounded too simple to work. But he tried it anyway. To his surprise, the drink felt comforting, like a hug in a cup, he said. Within a week, he noticed a shift. His thoughts slowed down, his body relaxed, and he fell asleep without the struggle. His wife noticed too. "You look calmer in the evenings now," she told him. For David, this became more than a drink. It was a nightly signal of peace. 3. Half a banana plus 3 to 4 walnuts. Sometimes the simplest combination is the most effective. A few slices of banana paired with 3 or 4 walnuts may not sound like much, but together they strike a powerful balance. Bananas provide a light dose of glucose to keep your brain fueled through the night, while walnuts supply healthy fats and plant-based omega-3s, ALA, that support brain function and reduce low-grade inflammation. Walnuts are also one of the few plant foods that naturally contain melatonin, the hormone that regulates sleep cycles. This snack is perfect for those who tend to wake up at 2 or 3 a.m. feeling hungry, restless, or anxious. The combination of natural carbs and healthy fat provides satiety without heaviness, helping stabilize both blood sugar and mood. A real story. Anna, 71, had a nightly struggle. Almost every night she woke up around 3 a.m., pacing to the kitchen to grab crackers or toast. The snacks gave her temporary relief, but she often felt sluggish and bloated in the mornings. Her doctor recommended trying a lighter, more balanced evening snack, half a banana with a few walnuts. Anna was skeptical. How could something so small make a difference? But she gave it a try. To her surprise, the 3 a.m. wake-ups started fading. She felt satisfied enough to stay asleep, and her mornings felt brighter. "It's like my nights finally belong to me again," she said. These 3 combinations, banana with oats, banana with almond milk, banana with walnuts, are not just about nutrients. They're about creating rituals. Each one is simple, gentle, and easy to repeat. Over time, your body begins to recognize the pattern. Warm oats, calming almond milk, or the crunch of walnuts become signals that it's safe to rest. You don't need to change your whole diet. You don't need to complicate your evenings. All it takes is choosing one combination that feels right for your body and making it part of your nightly routine. With consistency, these small acts can help retrain your body to slip into deeper, more restorative sleep. Naturally, without medication, without struggle. So the next time you reach for a banana before bed, remember, it's not just about the fruit itself, but about what you pair it with. The right combination can be the difference between tossing and turning, or finally enjoying the gift of a peaceful night's sleep. By now, you can see that bananas are not just food. They can become part of a calming ritual that gently guides your body towards sleep. The goal isn't to fill your stomach, but to create a small, consistent signal each evening that tells your body, it's safe, it's time to rest. And the beauty is, you don't need to change your whole diet. Just one small portion at the right time, repeated night after night, is enough to help your body relearn how to slip into deep, natural sleep.
The power of bananas for sleep isn't about eating them as part of a heavy dinner. It's about using them as a signal, a small, consistent ritual that tells your body, you are safe, it's time to rest. Many people think they need to overhaul their entire diet or follow strict rules to sleep better. But the truth is, the body often responds better to something much simpler. One small portion at the right time, repeated every night. Over time, this teaches the body to shift into deep, restorative sleep naturally. Why timing matters. Eating a banana snack too close to bedtime, or worse, as part of a heavy meal, can backfire. The goal is not to overload the stomach, but to provide gentle nourishment. Ideally, the snack should be enjoyed about 45 minutes to 1 hour before bedtime. This gives your body time to digest without being weighed down when you lie down. Think of it as a bridge between your busy day and your night of rest. The act of preparing and eating a light snack, whether it's banana with oats, almond milk, or walnuts, becomes part of your evening wind down. Just as brushing your teeth signals bedtime, this snack becomes a biological cue for sleep. Small portions are key. It's tempting to think more is better, but when it comes to sleep snacks, less is more. A small portion of banana, half to 1 piece, is usually enough. Paired with a modest portion of oats, a warm cup of almond milk, or just a few walnuts, this creates comfort without burdening digestion. Large meals or oversized snacks at night can trigger indigestion, reflux, or simply make the body too busy digesting to fall into deep sleep. The purpose of the ritual isn't to feel stuffed, but to feel lightly satisfied and relaxed. Building the ritual consistency is what makes this practice powerful. When you repeat the same small act every night, your body begins to associate it with sleep. Over time, the ritual itself becomes a trigger. The taste, the warmth, even the smell of cinnamon or almond milk tells your brain it's time to wind down. This is why it's important to choose one combination that feels right for your body. It doesn't have to be complicated or varied. In fact, the simpler and more predictable it is, the more effective the ritual becomes. A real story. The evening routine. That changed everything. Let me share the story of Robert, 76 years old. For years, he struggled with fragmented sleep. He had tried sleeping pills, meditation apps, even cutting caffeine completely, but nothing seemed to last. His main problem was waking up at 2 a.m., staring at the ceiling, and then lying awake until dawn. One evening, after reading about food rituals for sleep, Robert decided to try something simple. About an hour before bed, he started preparing a small snack, half a banana sliced into a warm bowl of slow-cooked oats, sprinkled lightly with cinnamon. He sat at the kitchen table, lights dimmed, and slowly ate it while listening to soft music. At first, he didn't notice much, but after a week, something shifted. He found that he was falling asleep faster, and even more importantly, when he woke up at 2 a.m., his body felt calmer, almost as if it no longer needed to be awake. By the end of 3 weeks, his wife remarked that he seemed more rested in the mornings, with less irritability and more energy. For Robert, the banana oat ritual was not about the calories or the nutrients alone. It was about the consistency, the comfort, and the quiet message to his body that the day was over and it was safe to let go. You don't need to change everything. The beauty of this approach is that it doesn't require a full lifestyle overhaul. You don't need to switch to a complicated diet or give up all your favorite foods. All it takes is one choice, one time, one combination that your body tolerates well. Maybe for you, it's half a banana with warm almond milk. Maybe it's a small banana and a few walnuts. Maybe it's a cozy bowl of oats. Whatever it is, keep it simple and keep it consistent. Over time, your body will begin to recognize it as part of your sleep program. Why this works best for older adults. As we age, our sleep cycles change. Melatonin production decreases, digestion slows, and the body becomes more sensitive to blood sugar swings. This is why heavy dinners, sugary desserts, or acidic fruits at night can wreak havoc on sleep quality. The banana ritual addresses these issues gently. Nutrients like magnesium and potassium relax muscles and regulate blood pressure. B6 supports serotonin and melatonin production. Fiber and slow carbs from oats stabilize glucose overnight. Healthy fats from walnuts provide satiety and brain support. Warm liquids like almond milk calm the nervous system and encourage deep breathing. This is not just about food. It's about working with the body's natural rhythms rather than against them. When it comes to sleep, the answer often lies not in doing more, but in doing less, with intention. A banana paired the right way, eaten at the right time, and made into a nightly ritual can become more powerful than any quick fix. Remember, the goal isn't to eat dinner again. It's to create a gentle cue, a signal that whispers to your body, the day is done. You are safe. It's time to rest. And just like Robert discovered, sometimes all it takes is half a banana, a warm bowl, or a handful of nuts, repeated night after night, to relearn the art of natural, deep sleep.
Sleep is not just about closing our eyes. It is about giving the body a chance to repair, to reset, and to renew. Yet for many older adults, sleep becomes one of life's greatest challenges. Nights are filled with turning from side to side, waking at 2 or 3 a.m., or lying awake with a racing mind. Over time, this lack of restorative sleep steals energy, weakens health, and dims the joy of each new day. But what if the answer doesn't lie in stronger medication or strict rules, but in something humble, familiar, and already sitting in your fruit basket? The banana, simple, soft, and often overlooked, holds within it the power to transform sleep, not by itself, but through the way we use it. The double nature of bananas. As we've seen, bananas can work both ways. On their own, they are packed with magnesium and potassium, which relax muscles and regulate blood pressure. Vitamin B6 helps the body produce serotonin and melatonin, the key messengers that prepare us for sleep. The soluble fiber in bananas slows digestion and balances blood sugar, preventing sharp spikes and crashes. But combined poorly, bananas can backfire. Pair them with white bread or sugary cereal, and blood sugar surges before plunging in the middle of the night, jolting you awake with a racing heart. Mix them with citrus fruits, and the added acid can trigger reflux and chest discomfort. Blend them into cow's milk, and for many older adults, the lactose and casein lead to bloating, heaviness, and fragmented sleep. This is why so many people say, "I tried eating a banana before bed, but it didn't help." The truth is, it's not the banana, it's the pairing. The right pairings, turning bananas into sleep rituals. When matched wisely, bananas become a gentle ally for rest. 3 simple combinations stand out. Banana with slow-cooked oats, providing steady energy through the night, warmth for the nervous system, and comfort for the stomach. Banana mashed into warm almond milk, creamy, lactose-free, and calming, with the ritual of sipping slowly acting as a signal to wind down. Banana with walnuts, balancing quick natural sugars with healthy fats and plant-based omega-3s, stabilizing both energy and mood overnight. These are not just snacks, they are signals. The smell of cinnamon in warm oats, the feel of a warm cup in your hands, or the crunch of walnuts with banana, all become quiet reminders to the body that the day is over and rest can begin. A real story. How one small change transformed sleep. Let's return to the story of Robert, 76 years old. For years, his nights followed the same frustrating pattern. He would fall asleep at 10 p.m., only to wake up at 2 a.m., staring at the ceiling, sometimes wandering to the kitchen, sometimes lying in bed with racing thoughts. He tried sleep medications, which left him groggy. He tried reading until he was drowsy, but it didn't stop the 2 a.m. wake-ups. One day, his granddaughter mentioned that she read about banana rituals for better sleep. Skeptical but willing to try, Robert began preparing a small bowl of oats with half a banana, sprinkled with cinnamon, about an hour before bed. He dimmed the lights, sat at the kitchen table, and ate slowly, almost like a ceremony. At first, nothing dramatic happened, but after a week, he noticed that while he still woke at 2 a.m., he didn't feel as restless. His body felt calmer, as if it no longer needed to be awake. By the end of 3 weeks, he was sleeping through the night more often than not. His mornings felt brighter, his mood lighter, and his energy more stable. For Robert, it wasn't just the banana and oats. It was the ritual, the consistency, the signal to his body that it was safe to rest. Why rituals work better than rules. As we age, the body craves familiarity. Strict diets and complicated routines often feel overwhelming and unsustainable. But small, repeatable rituals, like a half banana with almond milk or a few walnuts with banana slices, are manageable. They are not about restriction, but about comfort. These rituals work because the body learns. Just as a child associates a bedtime story with sleep, adults can train their bodies to recognize small food rituals as signals to wind down. Over time, the act itself, the warmth of the drink, the flavor of banana, the routine of repeating it each night, becomes as powerful as the nutrients inside the food. The deeper message. The lesson here is not just about bananas. It is about approaching sleep with gentleness rather than force. Too often, we try to fight for sleep, by pushing, by worrying, by taking stronger medication. But the body doesn't respond well to pressure. It responds to signals of safety, comfort, and consistency. Bananas, in the right combinations, offer exactly that. A gentle nudge, a whisper to the nervous system that says, "You're safe. You can let go now." Final thought. Good sleep is not a luxury. It is a basic human need, a birthright at every age. And while it may feel lost with time, it can be reclaimed. Sometimes the answer is not in doing more, but in doing less, with intention. One small bowl, one warm cup, one handful, chosen wisely and repeated nightly, can help the body relearn what it has always known: how to rest. So tonight, when you think about your routine, ask yourself, what small ritual can I create? It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be yours. Simple, gentle, and repeated with care. Take that half banana, stir it into oats, mash it into almond milk, or pair it with a few walnuts. Sit quietly, savor it slowly. Let it be your signal, your comfort, your invitation to rest. Like Robert, like Helen, like Anna, you too can rediscover nights of deep sleep and mornings of renewed energy. The secret is not hidden, expensive, or complicated. It's right there in the small choices you make, and in the humble fruit that has been with you all along. And perhaps that's the greatest message of all. Healing doesn't always come from big changes. Sometimes it comes from the simplest rituals, the ones that whisper gently, "It's safe now. You can sleep."